Kidding, I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat, this bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Yeah. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on, guys? There is the bell. Let's go. Let's get it. How are we all doing today? Hope we're all having a good one here this morning. We had inflation data release, which is always fun. We gotta love when inflation data comes out. I know that's your guys' favorite days. Oh, yeah. Inflation data actually came in a little bit less hot. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Inflation data came in at 2.3% versus like a 2.4% forecast. So that's pretty good to see. Now, CPI month over month did actually rise a little bit. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, the CPI rose 0.2%. So I guess that's a slight negative, but... Egg prices went down. That's good to see. But yeah, the year-over-year rate went down to 2.3%, which is pretty insane. I have the chart up right here. Let's refresh it. We'll see that reading. There we go. So yeah, we've had pretty good drops the past few readings. That's actually a pretty good sign. I know a lot of people do not like inflation data in this type of way, but we are getting some drops. Song has me dancing early. There we go. Hell yeah. Love these playlists. Good morning, though. Steve, Naima, TJ, Adventure, Yusus, Tangi, Tiger, Steven, Christian, Robert, Pew Pew, Mason, Tangi, Fraz, what's up? Good morning, good morning. I had to make sure that I started yesterday's video with what's going on, everyone, or else everyone was going to roast me in the comments again. If I start the video with, like, what's up, guys, or something, if I veer away from the what's going on, which is, like, Mike's catchphrase to start the videos, it, like, blows people's minds. Kanji Man says, CLSK. Just want to see clean spark. Wow, 1030. Very nice price action here. Wow. $10 breakout coming in. My gosh. 7.17%. Dang. Very nice run. Clean spark. Look at all these stocks on my watch list up over 10%. SMR is over 10%. Tempest. Wow, it's like a growth stock dream this morning. Coinbase. Coinbase is up over 10%, guys. Did I miss some news? I had to have. Where's my news? Let's see, Coinbase. A lot of price target adjustments. Bernstein talked about him. Oh, they're joining the S&P 500. Oh, wow. Okay, that's what's going on. Coinbase is to join the S&P 500. Pretty nice. Yeah, Jake, that's awesome. Wow. Added to the S&P. About to scalp that bad mamba jamba. I don't know how you say that. For a nice moolah. There you go. For clean spark. Traded Discover financials for crypto, Steve said. Like DFS? Wow. You traded Discover for crypto? Interesting. Fab and Liz said FSLR still running. What's going on? Damn. I noticed that they're at the top of the watch list, but how about end phase? Ooh. FSLR. Any news there? Wolf Research upgrades them. I'm not seeing really anything for them besides this upgrade. Their price target's 221, so I mean that's pretty good. I don't think that's necessarily why they're running, but definitely on fire. LUNR reported earnings this morning, up to $12.20, up 28%. At the top of the watch list. Intuitive Machines. Look at the gap up on the daily. That's a wild gap up. Lunar talking about putting nuclear reactors on the moon? Really? Now that sounds like a fun one. LUNR. That's pretty awesome. That's some really cool news. I love to hear that. Do you guys know what I'm looking to invest in the future? And I've said this for years on the channel, if you guys can remember it. And it has to do with space. It has to do with space. I'm sure some of you guys will remember. There's some space stuff that I want to get into. Palantir up 4% today. Very nice action by them. Alex Karp is going to be happy. Let's go Palantir. The Tesla. Very nice. Pretty good since, honestly, since pre-market, but this opening candle kind of sucks. SPY pointing higher, up to 584. Very nice PA to the upside today. Watch for 585 to come into play. It's right where it peaked out in pre-market. That's going to be a big resistance. I've had 584.50/585. Solid resistance coming up. Hopefully we see SPY get up there. Some nice action. Hell yeah, Mario. We've been switching back and forth to it. Beautiful PA. Beautiful, beautiful today. FSLR. Check Boeing today, maybe. Nope. Pretty good, but Nvidia broke 125 very well. Go to the book map on that one. Gonna be watching for 130 where there's 1.4 million shares coming up. Come on, Nvidia, let's get it done. What a rip. Buy said Bookmap on Meta? Sure. Looks like 650 has quite a bit of shares stacked on Meta. Like a lot. It's a pretty big stack there. 42,000. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, 42,000, but it's quite a bit on Meta. We can tell how crucial that stack really is, too. Must be some good Mag 7 news. I think mainly just the inflation this morning is helping Mag 7. It wasn't terrible. Looks like Mag 7's kind of mixed. Apple, Tesla, Google are all kind of flat, but Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia all looking solid. Jake said too many stocks up. Futures wasn't surprising. Yeah, lots of good movement. Meta looking great. Just broke 650 with that stack. Broke the stack. Very nice continuations going on, though. I'm sure some people are going to be watching Tesla on this dip. Be wary. They haven't had as good of PA as others today, though. You're just now joining up. Destroy that like button. Let's get those likes up. Help us out on YouTube a bit. FSLR 192. 20% today, though. Going to be going back up for our retest of its recent high. Let's see what it can get done. Looking at the watch list again. Oklo's climbing its way up. They report earnings this week. That'll be a fun one. They report tonight, actually. So be a little wary with this one. ASTS reported last night. They're climbing up pretty well. Could maybe be an option for a post-earnings play. Good morning, Rook. How's Open Door? OPEN? Not too bad. Open Door. Check on app. 3.5%. Very nice PA, up to $360. If they could break 360 here and continue running, that'd be awesome. The app is a stock that can really go on some runs whenever it starts moving. It is on fire at the moment, as many stocks are. Let's go. A lot of growth stocks moving this morning. SMR, New Scale. They reported earnings last night. They didn't really rip last night, though. They're really ripping today. Just made a new high of the day here, 2120. New Scale, 19%, up 6%. They make small modular reactors, hence their ticker symbol name. Good morning, Jake. He said, what was CPI? Yeah, Jake, inflation actually was dropping a little bit. So here, the year-over-year rate went down a little bit from 2.4% to 2.3% on this reading. Came in cooler than expected, which is actually a pretty good sign. But the actual CPI itself actually did come in slightly hotter. Very slightly hotter than expected. but not really too bad. So I would say man, excuse me, guys. But I would say overall right now, the inflation data came in pretty solid. Obviously we had the drop on the year-over-year rate. The month-over-month rate came in just under as well. But the CPI itself did go up very slightly. So it's not like... It's not that crazy. It just missed the expectation a little bit and went up just a little bit. So overall, it's pretty good reading, I would say, overall. You're on the CPI, and that's why the market has been doing pretty well so far. Right here is whenever this came out, and we can see the market started to move up. Yeah, pretty awesome, Jake. I don't want to tell people that inflation's necessarily dropping whenever CPI does go up a little bit, so it was kind of a mixed reading, but the year-over-year rate is going down, which is a good sign. Tesla bouncing around 317. It's bottomed out there today. We'll see if it can get a double bottom. Palantir today, 4%. Haven't checked on them, I don't think. Pretty popular stock, of course. Looking at their daily, they're about to test a new all-time high. They're really close to testing it. How's uranium stocks today, Tangi? Pretty good. Not super explosive, but holding their ground okay. Better than dropping, I guess, right? Quad U is dropping. Tessie just can't get above that high from yesterday. Come on, Tesla. Nvidia still powering higher, 126.50. Let's go. That 125 breakout was awesome. A lot of stocks do seem to be getting to overextended territory, though, I must say. Overextension is something to be worried about. If we do see too many stocks pop off a lot today, you got to be worried about them slowing up at some point. I'm not saying it's going to be right now, but Jake said sell calls. Hey, I recommend people do that, but they better know what they're doing. Of course, don't sell any naked calls, guys. I would say sell some covered calls, but maybe do some call debit spreads. Do stocks generally run for a while after being added to the S&P? Yeah, Ryan, they definitely can. You know, there's been a lot of good positive movement off of that, like what we're seeing with Coinbase today, of course. I've seen stocks run off of that news quite a bit. It's hard to say how many days and, how straight up it's going to be, but overall, it usually brings in some pretty positive price action. $100 plus 3 days in a row, AK said. Nice, AK. I'm assuming you mean that you made that, right? Very nice. Taking advantage of the craziness, it looks like. I like to see it. Ryan says, I have calls and coin that went green, but I'm not sure if I want to take profits yet. Ryan, how long have you been holding them and when do they expire? That's the question. We should get a good plan going. Tesla's really ripping back towards that recent high. Tesla might end up ripping through and making a new high, guys. A new recent high. Watch 324 coming up. It's been kind of downtrending this morning, but it would be beautiful to see a breakout. I feel like it's kind of coiling to go for a breakout at some point. It might not come on this test. Like, for example, like we could coil for a little longer, but I'm definitely watching for this to hold on Tessie. Steve is loving Netflix. Netflix. I like this triple bottom going on here around 1,100 to like 1,105. Ryan said, bought the calls April 25th. Gotcha, okay, so Coinbase calls April 25th. They're at 40%, expiration June 20th. April 25th, so you got hit by some time decay for a little bit there. The June 20th. Well, the good news is you do have some time. I think you're okay to hold for a little while longer. I could see some better PA coming in. You're up 40%. If you have multiple calls, don't be afraid to scale out. You know, scaling out's like really the best way to go. You know, you might lock some in here today or here over the next couple days and then hold a couple calls for a little while longer. I think that would be a smart way to go. You know, you can never really catch the top. So I think that scaling out here is a smart way to go. There is big resistance here, right around 240 to 242. Looks like Coinbase is having a little bit of reaction there today. This is a big resistance. I could see it breaking, but I could definitely see it breaking. Scaling out is just the smart way to go. Again, nobody can really call the top or bottom perfectly, so. Big fan of the scaling in and out. Yeah. I've seen it, like, let's say, run up into that, but then maybe drop after, but generally really good, generally brings in some good PA. Jake said, except Warren Buffett, the only billionaire in the top 10 to make money this year. Really? Is he the only one? That's nuts. If that's true. Data Ryan said Nvidia 127. Wow, Nvidia. Nvidia still powering up, guys. 3.4%. My gosh, for real. Man, Data. I love that breakout here. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Bring on 130 where those 1.4 million shares are. Wow, Nigel in the Profits channel on fire with Oklo today. AK wanted to try to get in on Nvidia this morning, but couldn't get comfortable with it. I feel ya. You know, the 125 break was nice. That was the real comfortable move I saw, but it's been on fire, pretty much just stair-stepping to the upside. Good morning, Demure. Good morning, good morning. Ford, General Motors, boring today. How about the banks? Hey, the banks are looking pretty good. Bank of America pointing higher. Citigroup moving up as well. That's great to see. 0.71% on Citigroup. It's right around yesterday's high as well. Breaking yesterday's high could be a way to go here on Citi. David said Tesla's looking good. Hey, very good. I actually like how it bounced here off 320 just now. Like this, that's an amazing bounce right here. 320 bucks. That's good to see. UNH down another 13% today. Oh my gosh. United Health. Wow, 13%. Holy shit. I gotta see if they're going with Trump's pharma news for that. Oh, they named a new CEO, suspended their 2025 guidance. Wow. Crazy. Hopefully the people that were buying in around 400 are willing to average in, because damn. As long as the people who are buying down here are willing to average in, you know, you guys could maybe catch a good dip buy here, but you got to be willing to average in for the long term here. I'm sure this will be a pretty good opportunity, though, over the next couple of years. We'll see how UNH plays out, but could get interesting. I can't find
my way back to you until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home.
The CEO is worried about Luigi. What? Oh, I get it now. Oh, now I get it. Lunar's up 32%. LUNR, Jake said. Yeah, Intuitive Machines. Somebody said they're trying to put, like, nuclear reactors on the moon or something. I was like, what? That sounds nice. Let's go look it up again. I didn't know if that was real. I don't see it here. I don't see that news here, but I'm not saying that they're wrong, but someone said that in the chat earlier. I was like, what? Who said that earlier? I gotta go find that. Praz said that. They said they were talking about it, is what they said. 30% those, they had earnings today, of course. Not that I'm saying that that's driving it. I just was very blown away by that. Okay, so it was in the earnings call. Gotcha. What's the book map on Tesla? Sure, I'll go back to it. Tessie. 325. Pretty big resistance here. 1.5 million. Wait, hang on. 325. Only 153,000 shares stacked up. It already broke above 320 like it was nothing. $325. And then, of course, 330. Pretty large as well, but it's weird because these resistances just keep breaking today, so does 325 break? That's the million-dollar question. There's a lot of momentum here. Tesla's only up 1.4%. I would think that it could break. Yeah, Tangi, they had earnings, right? Yeah, last night, Archer on fire, 20% this morning. I was watching them a little bit earlier. Switching back now, they're probably going to break that high of the day here at 11 bucks. Looks very strong. Yeah, it is kind of bonkers, isn't it?
Searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds chirping and I hear my name.
Pretty crazy whenever we have these stocks going up 20% as much as we've been having them go up. Coin slowed up right at resistance. SMR coiling. Watch this one for a dip buy. It looks like it's coiling for another move higher here. HIMS is running today too. up over 10%. I know there's so many good runners today, we can't name them all, but Hims is up there too. One of our favorites in the short term.
Lions gonna come. The birds have just begun.
Let's go check FSLR again.
We will always take
Moving back higher.
for the people, for the land.
Let's go, Isaac.
Let's go back.
Shouting out the book map. Took profits right at resistance on coin at 235. Very nice. Might pop back in. Awesome.
Back to when trees were swung.
ACOP said I'm in the profits on SMR. Is it good to sell or just get some money out of covered calls?
Savannah,
Oh, you're in like shares. I see.
Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah,
I kind of like the covered call strategy here. I would be a little patient though.
Savannah,
SMR's doing pretty well.
I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone.
I would think like the next few trading days we could still get some more positive price action. So right now I would just be in hold mode. Once SMR gets to like $23, $24, then I would look to start selling covered calls at like 25. Maybe 26, 28, 30. Somewhere along those strikes. No problem.
I'm coming home.
Feel like a deer in the headlights trying to decide to sell or not, Frost said.
Savannah,
Tesla, Martin said, broke. I was like, what'd they do? Come out with a special bike? Yeah, really broke out, man. 325. Wow. Broke like butter. There's some serious momentum going on here.
when you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye
2.16% only, but really looks good on the intraday price action. That's what matters. Very good directional movement. Nvidia too. Almost a 130, 4.47%. Wow, Nvidia. Almost to where there's 1.5 million shares stacked up. Let's go see Tesla here. I'm gonna zoom out on the hourly, look for some resistances.
when you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view.
Let me zoom in a little bit here.
You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
I really like 335. One of the more solid resistances coming up on Tesla here.
When you want to get off the
Yeah, it's like almost like every $5 on Tesla, there's like a support or resistance, like 330, 335. And then you go higher. It's like the next major one's up around 340, 347, actually, 348. But then 350 is really the peak. But there's a lot of 348 touches too on Tesla if you're looking for that. Amir said, ooh, that red candle on Nvidia. Uh-oh. As we get towards 130, be careful. Ooh, I got the beeps going on again. I call those the beeps of death. Is sending Morse code. What's overhead resistance for SPY? I'm really watching 590s, the most major resistance. I was watching 585, but we obviously passed that now. I really like 590 the most. There's probably a couple of minor resistances mixed in, but I think 590 overhead's the big target. It actually lines up pretty perfectly on the chart at 590. Adventure said it's the protein shake alarm. Jerry said, what's your thoughts on Take-Two? I like him quite a bit personally. They might be a little bit too high for shares right now, but I really like Take-Two Interactive. I'm not saying that they're going to have good earnings or anything like that, but it's definitely an interesting stock that I like quite a bit. This bounce here around 220 is pretty awesome. I'm glad to see it bouncing and moving back to the upside here in a pretty good way. That's a great sign. Of course, Grand Theft Auto 6's new trailer came out, and I thought it was pretty good for them. They did end up dropping a little bit as they delayed Grand Theft Auto's game a little bit longer, but nonetheless, they're still moving pretty well. I think if you're waiting to get some long-term positions on them, waiting a little while for a dip might be a better way to go, but you think GTA 6 will use crypto connected to the game like we've heard? If that's true, I don't think it will. That would be insane. Could you imagine having to, like, spend... Well, I guess you can already do that, but... I was gonna say, imagine spending, like, real-life money for, like... I don't know, just like buy a car on that game or something. But people already do that, especially in private servers. Yeah, Rook. I think that that's people being far-fetched right there. There is a game called Daisy, or it's called Escape from Tarkov. And on Escape from Tarkov, there's Bitcoins in there. And the Bitcoin in the game is tied to the price of real Bitcoin. But you're not really doing anything with real Bitcoin. It's just that the game's Bitcoin is tied to the real Bitcoin price. Is all. You want a Tempest book map? Yeah, sure. Let's see. TEM or Tempest today? $72 resistance, 75 coming up as well. There's a big resistance on Tempest. Let's check it on the daily. Not too bad. 5-minute chart looking really good though still. Kind of dipped, but it's coming up now. Wonder if we're going to be getting a good dip buy opportunity. Any predictions for Palantir, Bob said. Palantir trying to break out above 124. Yeah, I could see it breaking 124 today. Looks like it's kind of coiling. I would not be surprised if it gets up above there. Yeah, who knows, AK? That'd be pretty cool if they did. It would be cool. I don't know how that would go. Like, let's say people start losing money and stuff, and they're like, well, I just thought I was playing the game. I feel like that's like gonna be like lawsuit central. Tons of class actions a few years after. But they should try. It would be cool to see. Yeah, it would be cool. It would be pretty neat. Go back to the NASDAQ here. How about NVIDIA? NVDA? Getting closer and closer to 130. It would, Yusus. You know, there's some private servers on there now where you can, like, convert your in-game currency into, like, real currency and stuff, which is pretty weird. But it's like a server by server basis thing. I watch these videos sometimes of these guys going on there and like destroying some of these people's Grand Theft Auto's economies. Now, of course, this is just, again, server by server, but I find it pretty fun. TTWO, come on, 230. Bring on 130 with NVIDIA, though. $1.5 million shares. Oh, you did by Summit? I haven't seen his, but yeah. You can go see some pretty funny stuff, Rook, like some role-playing servers. And they have some pretty crazy stuff. I've seen people spend like $200 just to buy like a Ferrari in the game. And then what's funny is that they'll spend $200 for the Ferrari, and then somebody will come up and rob them and steal the Ferrari, and then they just lost their $200 that they spent. And it's like, holy shit, you just spent $200, and then the people in the game robbed you, and then now you lost that money that you just spent. Isn't that like hilarious, guys? Like, that's what goes on. That's why I think it would be scary, but imagine you're walking around with 3 Bitcoins in your pocket and you get robbed. Similar to real life, David said. Yeah, it is, it is. Except on there, your chances of getting robbed are like 80%. Buy insurance? That's funny. Yeah, that's where the money is. On the new Grand Theft Auto, I'm gonna start an insurance business. That's hilarious. I feel you, chill. It might not be best for kids to learn about that type of real life, but I feel like it's pretty rare to get robbed, right? Yeah, I know. I that's exactly what I was thinking, AK. Those premiums are going to be high. SMR, still coiling. New scale. Coinbase. Looking good. They're pushing their high of the day. Coinbase might be going for another run here. Let's go. Come on, coin. Is it a cop? I'm not too surprised. Ryan said, let's go, coin. Come on, coin, let's get it done. There we go. Getting the breakout going here. Beauty of not being greedy. Love it, AK. Rip to everyone still holding. No. Just made another scalp on Nvidia, Demir said. You did. Nice. Now you're up 84 on the day. Hey. Now that's a lot of big smacks right there. That's like 8 Big Macs, Demir. Steve says Amazon looking good. Real good. A 215 breakout needs to happen. But yeah, you're right. Looking pretty solid. Is it a double top? It is. It is a double top right now at like 214.80. You could maybe call it a triple top if you want to count this other peak as a top too, but definitely something we got to do. But all right, guys. I hate to do it to you, but I got to end early today. Gotta run after an hour today, unfortunately. I have a meeting to go to. I hope that you guys all have a great rest of your day, though. I know, Ryan, I know. I wish I didn't have it. Investigation announced in the QBTS, really? Seriously? I'm trying to find the news there on that one. I don't see it, but might come out. Hey, appreciate it, Fraz. You guys know how it is. Gotta love taxes, right? All right, see you guys later. Have a great one.